Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on our good buddy NBRI, North Bay Resources Incorporated. Before I get started, I would like to note to please check my IRP disclaimer. With that being said, for those of you that follow my charts, this one should look very familiar to you. I believe I first started doing it somewhere around here and then did another update, but the point being the chart has been in a just great bullish uptrend. It's been just a beast, ever since it started to make its move out of what used to be a symmetrical triangle. It's just made big moves, consolidated, made big moves, consolidated, kind of one of those rinse, wash, repeat things, but in a good way. The chart's really just been trending upwards and, it just looks good. Now, how can I make the claim that it's uptrending and all that good stuff? Well, actually, it's very easy. All we have to do is point out two moving averages, the first one being right here, the 50-day simple moving average. This moving average can be used to monitor, medium-term trends, and then we have the godfather of them all down here, the 200-day simple moving average, and you can see that even this one has a bullish uptrend to it. I should say a bullish slope to it, upward slope, which means that it's a bullish uptrend. So you look at these two moving averages, and it's hard to argue that they're not sloping upwards. And the other nice thing about it is great space in between them. So if you study and research, moving averages, you'll see that the better or the bigger the space in between moving averages, the better. So you can see here these ones, very nice spacing in between them, really just kind of driving home the fact that the overall chart is in a nice uptrend. Now, why do I keep talking about this uptrend? Well, it's important to know what the overall context of a chart is. And when you know the overall context, it it does show you, whether or not pullbacks, should be taken a look at seriously in terms of, is it safe to hop in? And we'll just go back and look at this, the past history of the chart. We had this move up here, and then we had this pullback. Well, even at that time, you can see that the moving averages were still sloping upwards, meaning that the overall context was bullish. So the people that were paying attention, and I'd like to say the savvy, chartists and so forth, they noticed the overall context, noticed how this price was going sideways, and they were accumulating shares during the sideways period. And then boom, this big move happened, and they were rewarded, very nicely. Same concept here that is now taking place. Overall context remains bullish, and now the price is pulling back a little bit, but like it did here, the key support levels are maintaining themselves. The one support level that's sticking out quite a bit is going to be right here. This was a previous high a couple of times. It's got a slight upward slope to it, but the point being, right in here between 9-10 cents is going to be a key level of support. But the other thing to make note of is if we look here at this red line here, which is the 20-day simple moving average, the price basically closed right at it. And if we go back through the history of the chart, especially these two areas here, you can see that every time the price has gotten close to it, it's made a nice move up. Now, does that mean that this is automatically going to shoot up to 25 cents? I'm not saying that, but all we have to do is look at the past history of the chart, and you can see that whenever the price does get close, the bulls really do seem to start to come back in and join the party. And then besides that, you can see that we have the key resistance up here at 16 cents. Kind of have a double top here, but as long as these support levels continue to hold, there's nothing to worry about. And what's nice about this chart is all I can say is all you have to do is go back and look at past history because it does a great job of it. And, back here does a great job. We had, like I said, this move up. It went sideways. The key support levels did hold, and then the volume surged back in and broke out to new highs. Same exact principle here. In fact, when you look at this line and this line, it almost looks identical to this. You had this big move up here. So pretty much we had a bull flag here, and now we're in a new bull flag, except, the bottom of the flag is higher, whereas the bottom of this flag was down here. For this new pattern we have, the bottom is right around between the 9 to 10 cent mark. So one of those charts where, like I said at the very beginning, it's just a lot of history repeating itself. So going forward, it's definitely one you should keep an eye on. And the key level that'll probably, ignite another big move upwards is going to be the 16 cent level up here. But right now, volume has dropped off during the consolidation period, which is what you want to see. So it's going through a very healthy consolidation, and like I started the video, I want to end on it, and we need to keep in mind what the overall context is. And once again, going back to our two moving averages that basically everybody uses, the 50-day and 200-day moving averages, you can see that they're both sloping upwards, nice space in between them, so the overall context is bullish. If there are any questions on NBRI, please shoot me a message. If not, get it on your watch list.